Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Taurus here, TaurusBeats.com. I'm going to actually walk you through a video in order to show you how to use two different USB MIDI control devices in Reason. And I'm going to show you that I'm using the Akai MPD32 and the Oxygen8 from M-Audio. And I'm using them both with USB. Got USB lines for both, and right now you can tell that neither one of them is connected. So I'm going to show you right now what I do to get both of these devices working in Reason to allow me to control different devices inside of Reason and the different parts that you're hearing in this particular song. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to kill the music for a second because I got to walk you through some things within Reason itself, within the preferences and things like that. So we're going to take a look at all that stuff. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into nothing in Reason right now. I'm just going to actually show you once again that both of these devices are disconnected. There are no lights, no indicators, anything like that. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually take the USB line. I'm actually running on a PC, so I'm taking my USB line to my PC, the first one here, and I'm actually just going to connect the MPD32, and I'm just going to plug it in, just like you normally would with any other device. There we go. Okay, as soon as I do that, you can hear that the PC recognizes that the device is actually connected. I get my indicator lights, the tap tempo is running. I get all my little lights and LEDs on, so it lets me know that the device is connected. However, the device is not controlling anything. Okay, so that's a problem that some people have run into, and they've asked me before. I get the question of why won't my MPD trigger anything? Right now it's just connected to the PC. That's the only thing that's recognized. So in order to get this device to be recognized by Reason, the first thing that I want to let you know is that the MPD32 is recognized in Reason 4.01 and above. Make sure that you realize that. So if you have Reason 3, you're probably going to have some issues as far as trying to get your MPD to work correctly. It might not even be in the list. It's probably not going to be in the list of your devices. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So when I say actually in the list, we're going to go up here and we're just going to click on Edit, Preferences. And we're going to look at the keyboards and control surfaces. And one of the first things that you'll recognize is that in my list, the Akai MPD32 is already there. And it has Use with Reason, and it has an X. Now, one of the things that I'm just showing you right now is that I have already set up my MPD32. I'm just doing this to show you how both devices run at the same time. To give you a little background, this device would not even be there. You have to go through and you have to add a device. You have to select it. Now, once again, this is if you have Reason 4.01 and above. You would go into the Akai, and you would just look for your device. As you can see here, I have the MPD32 already in the list, and so I can just select it. Now, one of the things that I would do is after I click on the MPD32, it asks, I have to find out where which port is being used in my computer. I'm on a USB port, but it needs to know which one. The quickest way to do it is just do Find, click Find, and then just strike a pad. Doesn't matter, just strike one, and as soon as you strike it, you'll see that the USB audio device has been picked. You just click Choose. Just that simple. Click OK, and now you have the MPD32 device. But you notice what I've just done is because I already had it set up. See, I already had it set up here. What I did, I just added a new one just to show you how to add the device initially. Okay, so if you've never done this before, those are the steps that you would go through to add the Akai MPD32 if you have Reason 4.01 and above. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to drop this one. I'm just going to delete that device because I've already got mine up here. All I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to click on Edit. Since I've already added it, it knows it is there. It's just not ready to be used. That's what this X is. When you click the X, it says Reason can't find the MIDI port selected for the control surface. Please make sure that the MIDI interface or device is properly connected and turned on. Okay, the device is turned on. We already know that. It's just the fact that it has not been recognized in terms of the port. We don't know what port it's using. So when I click Edit, you'll see here it has the name of the device and it has the in port. In port is not selected, so that's why it's given that little X. Now all I'm going to do is click on Find, same way I did it before, and I'm just going to strike a key or turn a knob. I'm just going to strike a pad on there, and it picks it up. Click choose, OK, and then I'll make sure that this use with reason is selected, and now it's giving me a yellow triangle. And the reason this is because, remember, I'm going to be using two USB devices at the same time. So when you see this triangle, what it's actually telling you is that these control surfaces are using the same MIDI input and or output ports, akai, MPD32, and M-Audio Oxygen8. That's a problem that a lot of people run into, and they don't understand why they can't do anything else. Well, it's just telling you, you're trying to use both devices using the same input, and that's where the conflict is. So you'll also notice that I haven't plugged in my M-Audio Oxygen8 yet. The reason why I'm getting this is because I've initially already have my M-Audio Oxygen8. So remember, I'm not showing you this from a raw start, an initial start. I'm showing you this because I've already set mine up. I just disconnected them. So what I'm going to do is just connect my Oxygen8. Now the computer's picked it up, and now I'm just going to go in here where it says use with reason. I'm going to click on edit. Notice where it says right now, my import is the same import, that same USB audio device is the same port, is using the same one that my MPD32 is using. So all I'm going to do for that is click find again, and this time I'm just going to hit a key on the Oxygen8. So just like that, it's picked up USB audio device 2. Click choose, click OK, use with reason. I got a green check. Now here's where I'm going to test both devices. The M audio, I'm just going to go and click X to get rid of it. I'm going to pick a device, and at this point I'm just going to pick where it's actually using the samples, and I'm going to choose whatever keys I want. Just strike those keys. So we know that the M audio is ready because it's already working. That's fine. Now what I have to do is check to make sure that my akai MPD is doing the same thing. I'm going to stay right here in the sample area, but now I'm going to do the selections using the pads from the MPD. There you go. And that's it. So using both devices, I can actually use both my MPD32 and my Oxygen8. I'm using both of them to trigger samples within Reason.